So last week, a lot of people noticed in the background of the video that there was a new truck. So we had a lot of questions, so I'm gonna answer those. Yes, we sold our truck. Yes, we bought a new truck. And the truck that we have right now is the Ram 1500. Our plan is to put helper springs on the back, sumo springs, and airbags. That's all we need, right? It can tow our fifth wheel. I'm completely kidding. I don't even think that would be possible. This is not our new truck. This is a loaner that we have. Ours is in for warranty. We ended up getting a Ram 3500, but we're gonna save that for another video. How's it going? I'm Jared Gillis. Welcome to another All About RVs. Today, I thought we would do a tour of a Lance RV, going through there and seeing what makes them a little bit different. So today we're going to be touring the 2465. It's a 2020 RV from Lance. So swung by Affinity RV in Arizona, and they carry a lot of grand designs, and they have a lot of these Lance RVs. So driving by, I thought it'd be fantastic to come by and check them out. When we did that Airstream video a while back, we had a lot of people saying that they would love to see a tour of Lance and kind of what makes them different. So they're kind of in the ballpark. You have a lot of your towables, you have the Airstreams on the higher end of the price bracket, and the Lance fits somewhere in the middle there. So let's check this one out and see what makes it different. Now, starting off, you can see that there's kind of a common theme as you walk through these and you look at them. There is a lot of natural light that comes in through all the windows that they put in here. So they really pack in a lot of windows to make the area feel a lot bigger, a lot brighter. And number two, they don't waste any space because they started off as an over-the-cab camper that you could put in the back of a truck. There can't be any wasted space. If there's a small little cubby, it's going to become storage. And so they keep that same theme and that design going through these RVs. So if there's any space, they have a way to make it storage and accessible. So starting off in the front of the RV here, when you walk in the door, you have the couch. It's a jackknife couch, so it can turn into a bed if you wanted to, but it's kind of this corner couch with this nice big window behind it. This window brings in a ton of natural light. On the sides of the couch, they have a convenient feature of having the USB charging ports on each side. That's usually we're going to be using or charging a device. But one thing as we look at the inside, we have the walls. They're actually made of Azdel. Remember we talked about Azdel and what a great product it is for the outside? Apparently they use that on the inside too. So if you're chemically sensitive, it's going to be a good product to have. So something to keep in mind if that's important to you. Another thing that you'll notice on the walls is they don't have any trim at the top or the bottom. On these walls that are on the outside and on the interior walls, there's just no trim. It's because their tolerances are so tight, they can just put a bead of caulk there rather than trying to put a piece of trim to hide that seam and the imperfections that are there. So whatever they're doing to make those seams and join everything together is a lot more precise than the typical. Now in this one, in the dinette area, you can see just lots of windows, brings in lots of light. I believe this dinette also turns into a bed, so you can have an extra person be able to sleep there. But they have some great storage underneath the seats in the dinette. These things are full pull out so that you're able to get to whatever you're storing underneath there. There's actually a little bit of storage on the outside in there too, but they make a really easy way to access that storage there. And as we move around, we have the TV area, which is decent distance and viewing area from the couch and from the dinette. So if you have a family in this thing and you're going out, there's plenty of seating to be able to use the TV. And then we got the fireplace down below that, which can help take the chill off when you're plugged into power. So moving on to the kitchen area, it's tight and it's compact, but it packs a lot into it. So we have your two-way fridge and freezer. You have a microwave. You have your 3-burner stove with the oven underneath it, your kitchen sink. And then they have this nice little feature of putting in trash where you can just pull up this lid and swoosh whatever trash you have from prepping a meal or whatever. You can just slide it right into the trash can. As a side note, as we're looking at the kitchen, I like the hardware that I'm seeing in here. It looks like heavy duty hardware, something that's going to last. And so if you look at the drawers, you pull out the drawers and then you let them close. It's a soft close on those. So you may not see that at first glance, but it's a good quality hardware behind a lot of these things that are going to be moving, and the doors and drawers and those kind of things. So in this particular model, we have the bathroom just before we get to the back bedroom, where we have the sink in this area with lots of cabinetry for storage. And then in here we have the toilet and the shower in its separate own little water closet. Now, if having a big bedroom is important to you, then this is a model you might want to take a look at and consider, because it has a king-size bed, a big king-size bed that you can walk around in an RV this size. That's pretty impressive. But it also looks out to this window. Like I said, lots of light, lots of windows, which is really nice. But you have this like James Bond TV that will rise up out of the countertop. So when you want to watch TV late at night, there's nothing to see outside, you can watch TV. And then when you want to enjoy the view, put the TV down, because we're not always going out RVing just to watch a TV. Utilize the window that's there. It's a fantastic idea. Now, looking outside is great, but what does the outside of the RV look like? So one of the first things that I noticed about this is it has Azdel sidewalls, which I've said before, I love the Azdel product. So it's lighter than Luan. It doesn't have the same issues with mold and mildew and delamination that it does. It is a little bit more expensive product, so that's why you're gonna see it in an RV like this, where you have some of those upgrades. It's going to be, it's a great thing to have in an RV like this. The next thing we see is they're proud of their frame and their suspension with the independent torsion on each of the wheels. So going off-road is decent in something like this. It's better for it. It has that independent suspension for each wheel. Now, going around the back of the RV, we can see that this thing has a really stout ladder. They're not afraid for you to use this ladder and use it often. That's probably why they put a roof rack on the top of a lot of the Lance RVs. Looking around the different ones around here, you can see that a lot of them have a roof rack. So the rack system's compatible with a lot of the big name brand ones, but you can store your kayaks or whatever you wanted up on top of the roof, which is very handy. And talking about outside storage, they have so many different access doors around on the outside that if there's any unused space from the inside of the RV, they'll put in access doors that you can use that for storage. If it's something simple, if you want to put a little toolbox, they even have a place for a toolbox outside, but they have storage for underneath the bed, nice big wide storage. They don't really want to waste any space at all. They didn't have it on this one, but in some of the other ones where they had a large storage area, they'd have a pull-out bin. And the thing that I thought was really clever is they had one of those lifetime tables where it had a bracket that it could sit in and slide in above everything else. So it wasn't like you were trying to find one of those weird places to put a table. Very well thought out, and I think it's a fantastic idea. I have to say, walking through these RVs and taking a little bit closer look at them, I'm impressed. I think they fit a nice niche. They're definitely above your typical towable RV, and you're not going to spend near as much as you would with an Airstream. So if you're willing to pay a little bit more than your typical RV, they really fit that niche well and put out what appears to me to be a quality product. Again, I want to say thank you to Affinity RV for letting me come and film this. They didn't sponsor this. They didn't ask me to come. I did ask to see if I could film here before I started filming, and they were kind enough to let me come and do this. So they have a few different facilities, and this one has the Grand Design and the Lance. So if you wanted to check them out, if you're in the central Arizona area, definitely check them out. They've been extremely helpful to me anytime I've needed to buy product or ask questions. So I think that's going to do it for today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos about RVs and RVing, hit that subscribe button. And if we don't see you on the road, hopefully we will see you next video. A little harder to get out than it was to get in. Oh, the back seat in our new one's a little bit bigger than that one.